Good evening and welcome to Studio B TV. I'm your host, Hope Ann Nathan, and today's guest in Studio B is John McLeod, assistant coach of the Carver Mob football team. Welcome to the show.
It's great to be here, Hope.
So we're here to talk about your player, Dan Evans.
Great player, phenomenal football player. As fast as you know what. And, just a great player to coach.
Now, tell us a little bit about Mr. Evans. What position does he play?
Well, he plays two positions, actually. He plays running back on offense. He just set the single season record for yards after initial tackle. So, that's a great stat to have. That means you're strong and quick. And on defense, he's a middle linebacker. And you don't want to be in the path of Dan when he's coming at you from the defensive end.
Now, John, I understand that Mr. Evans has a passion for football.
Passion I don't think it's the word. We need to find another word because he's in love with the game. If the game was a woman, they'd be married. It's beyond it's beyond love because he plays all over the tri-state. He doesn't just play for Carver football. He plays all over the tri-states, three or four different leagues.
Now, how long has he been with the team?
Well, he's been with the team for 5 years now. It's been 5 years. Hopefully next year will be 6.
Okay.
We've lost a couple of players due to injury, but he's going to have a little bit more responsibility, and we're hoping that he really, takes his teammates as well as himself to another level. He's already on the highest level you can think of.
And I understand that as a longtime member of Carver football, he's won quite a few games.
Oh, quite a few games. He's won tons of games, tons of games. It's so amazing how great of a football player he is. He actually, the different leagues that he plays in, he actually has a game tonight.
Okay.
And he has Sunday morning, he has a playoff game.
Okay.
Sunday afternoon, he has a championship game. And
wow.
You have to be completely dedicated to be a football player of that sort.
Now that's a crazy schedule. How does he manage 3 games in 2 days?
Again, it goes back to passion. How much do you love the game? How bad do you want to play? How bad do you want to win? In this case, Dan wants it as much as he wants to breathe. He's totally committed to the game of football and totally engulfed by the fact that football is a game that he can literally dominate day in and day out.
Okay. And now, were there any particularly memorable games with him?
Well, there was a game. A team from Westchester came in, and they had won, I think it was 8 games straight. And Dan walks over to me before the game, and he says, "This is going to be a big one." And I didn't know what he was talking about. And he was like, "Well, I'm going to destroy both ends of the football." And I said, I kind of hesitated before I said any response. But, essentially he went out, scored 6 touchdowns, 5 consecutive tackles and 2 sacks. So, you can just imagine what it was, how it felt to watch that game.
Now, I know a lot of football players have very specific dances that they do when they make a touchdown. Does he have one?
I was afraid you were going to ask that question. His is a little bit weird.
Okay.
After he scores a touchdown, he literally jumps into the stands and finds an old lady to kiss. He says it's good luck. He says it's a cultural thing. I don't know why. It's weird.
Okay.
We're going to get fined one day. I believe we're going to get fined for that one day. It's kind of weird.
Now, doesn't that, I would think that would take a lot of time. Does that slow things down?
Sometimes it does. It aggravates me because he shouldn't be kissing anybody in the first place. But it just, sometimes he gets lucky and he finds 2 old ladies, and they love it.
Has there been have old ladies started buying up front row seats?
I don't know, to be honest with you. It's weird. I'm not a fan of it, but if it gets him if he gets touchdowns and he continues to do it, that means something has to be going right. So we're not too hung up on it.
Now tell us a little bit about you. How long have you been with the team?
I've been with the team for 10 years. It's been 10 years now. Just hit 10 years, so I'm happy about that. But it's been a quick 10 years, I would say. You don't see the time passing. Time flies by. They say when you're having fun. It is beyond fun. Love coaching Dan. He's an excellent player to have. He's like one of those great players that when he's in your midst, you kind of soak up every minute you have with him. So yeah, it's a great experience working there. Carver football is the best.
Now has he had any injuries? Has he?
There was an injury.
Okay.
Back in 2010, he got hit almost tore his right Achilles tendon. We were terrified.
I've actually done that once. It's incredibly painful.
Yes, I can only imagine how it was for him. But it was a scare. But you know, it kind of goes back, you know, to a testament of how great a player he is. I believe Dan was a player destined for greatness because he came back full boom.
Well, that's all the time we have today. I want to thank our guest, Assistant Coach John McLeod, and good luck on your upcoming games. And tune in next week when our guest will be Mike Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers.